10,000 hours. That's how long the right marine diesel runs before it's even tired, while the wrong one is scrap at 2,000. Today, 7 that last forever, and 3 a surveyor would never let you buy. The single engine I'd stake my money on comes dead last. Number 10. The older Volvo Penta TAMD. Now let me be fair, these are not bad engines. Plenty of them are still working boats hard. But here is what the sticker doesn't tell you. The parts prices are brutal, and a lot of the high-hour ones are tired somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 hours. It's never the block that ruins you on one of these. It's the invoice for the pieces that go back in it. A cheap boat with a worn TAMD is a repower wearing a bargain's price tag. Number 9. Any early electronic diesel with dead or orphaned electronics. This isn't me telling you electronics are the devil. A modern common rail diesel is a fine thing. The Trap is a 15-year-old boat with a fried control module and a maker who no longer sells the part. The old Volvo Penta EDC systems are the textbook example. The iron is perfect, and the engine still won't start because a circuit board decides whether she runs, and nobody makes that board anymore. That's not an engine. That's an anchor with a warranty that expired. Number 8. The Caterpillar 3208 Turbo, the high-hour one. This is a parent bore block, no factory sleeves, and when the turbo version is worn out, the math on a proper rebuild almost never pencils. Surveyors flinch at a tired 3208 Turbo for a reason. But stay with me, because the naturally aspirated cousin of this exact engine is one I'd bring home tomorrow, and it's coming up very soon on this list. Now, the 7 that last forever. Number 7. The John Deere 4045 and its bigger brother, the 6068. These are the quiet ones, so smooth and so trouble-free that the trawler forums barely argue about them. In this world, silence is the highest compliment an engine gets, and here's why they're so unbothered. They come from the same PowerTech family Deere has been building into tractors, harvesters, and generators for decades, machines that are expected to run all day, every day, for a working lifetime. Deere makes its power low in the RPM range, sips fuel, and shrugs off the years. If you find a trawler with one of these already dropped in, you found a boat somebody set up right. Number 6. The Caterpillar 3208, naturally aspirated. Here's the payoff to the warning I just gave you. Caterpillar built this engine by the hundreds of thousands from the mid-1970s into trucks, buses, and boats. And the story of the 3208 is really a story of 2 engines wearing the same badge. Take the block, leave the turbo off, and you get a completely different animal. Unstressed, honest, run at trawler speeds, it just keeps going. This is the 3208 people fall in love with, and it's proof that the number on the valve cover matters less than what's bolted to it. And this is exactly where most people get fooled. So let me hand you the tell a surveyor uses. Watch the first cold puff of exhaust. Black smoke is overfueling, worn injectors, or an engine working too hard. Blue smoke is burning oil, and that's real wear down low. White smoke with a sweet smell is coolant, and that can mean a cracked head. Then pay a diesel mechanic for an oil analysis, sampled every 100 to 250 hours, because iron and copper in the oil tell you about bearings you can't see. I put the full engine and repower playbook, which smoke means what, which engine to trust, and exactly what to put back in when you repower, in my book, The Complete Owner's Vault. Scan the QR code on your screen, or grab it from the description. It's the difference between reading an engine in 10 minutes and finding out the hard way. Number 5. The Detroit Diesel 671 and the 8V71, the ones the old-timers just call the Jimmy. General Motors launched Detroit Diesel back in 1938, and the 71 series went on to power landing craft, trucks, buses, and workboats for the next half-century. This is a 2-stroke, and it will outlive us all. Run one easy and it'll show 10,000 hours and still pull. Now I'll be honest with you. A Jimmy is loud, and it drinks more fuel than anything else on this list. That's the trade. But when the storm's up and you're a long way out, indestructible starts to sound a lot more valuable than quiet. Number 4, the Cummins 6BT, the 5.9. If there's a people's champion of marine diesel, this is it. The company goes back to Clessy Cummins, who started building diesels in Columbus, Indiana back in 1919, and the B-Series that arrived in the 1980s turned into one of the most trusted diesels ever made, on land or water. Fully mechanical, cheap to source, parts on every dock in America, and so tough it became the favorite repower base in the entire world. Fishermen trusted, mechanics trusted, and a boat with a healthy 6BT is a boat you can keep running yourself on a Saturday in your own slip. That's the whole point of this list, an engine that keeps you the owner, not the hostage. Number 3, the Perkins 4.236. Call it the Little Immortal. Frank Perkins started building small diesels in Peterborough, England in 1932, and this 4-cylinder became one of the most widely produced diesels the world has ever seen. Dropped into everything from tractors to generators to boats. It's small, it's simple, and there are parts for it on every continent on Earth. Sailors and small trawler owners have leaned on this engine for decades because you can fix it with a basic kit, a manual, and an afternoon. It doesn't ask for much and it gives back for years. Simplicity, it turns out, is its own kind of horsepower. Number 2, the Gardner 6LXB. This one's almost a religion. Gardner engines came out of L. Gardner and Sons in Patrickcroft, Manchester, a family firm that built diesels the way a watchmaker builds a watch. The company stopped making new engines back in the early 1990s, and that's exactly why owners guard the ones that are left. They're famous for running tens of thousands of hours without drama, some of them hundreds of thousands, still turning on commercial boats that were launched before most of us were born. Slow revving, beautifully made, and owners speak about them the way people speak about a good dog. If longevity alone were the whole story, this would take the top spot. But it doesn't take the top spot, and here's why. Number 1 is the Ford Lehman 120, and its close relative, the SP135. This is the trawler legend, and the reason is the whole thesis of this video. Back in the 1960s, the Lehman operation in New Jersey took a proven Ford of England truck diesel, a block designed to haul heavy loads all day, and marinized it. One of the men behind it, Bob Smith, went on to found American Diesel, and that company still keeps these engines in parts today, decades after the last one left the line. Lehman kept it low stress and simple, and built an engine you can service yourself. It doesn't just last forever. It lasts forever in a way a capable owner can actually maintain, which is the only kind of forever that matters. So there's the answer to the question I opened with. Out of every diesel ever dropped into a used boat, the one I'd put my own money and my own family aboard is a well-kept Ford Lehman. Not because it's the most powerful, because it was built to be rebuilt forever by you, and it was never built to be thrown away. Before you write a check on any old boat, remember the other half of the deal. Insurers get shy about hulls past 20 years, and some marinas won't slip one past 30, so confirm you can insure her and dock her before you fall in love. And budget the real running cost, not just the sticker. A great engine in a boat you can't insure is still a bad buy. And once you've got the engine sorted, there's one more thing hiding in a lot of these old boats that's quietly worth a small fortune. I made a companion to this one. 11 forgotten 2-stroke outboards, worth a fortune in 2026, the ones you should never sell. It's the perfect next watch, and it's on the screen right now. Just click it, and I'll see you in there.